Today, we'll go over the Game 1 draft from T1 vs GenG this morning in the LCK. Super hype matchup with the returning world champs against the new GenG super team. Let's take a look. GenG opened with B1 Corki, which is very odd in my opinion. Sure, Corki is pretty strong, but he struggles as a blind pick especially. There are several champs who can abuse him in the early lane with superior range, like Neeko, Syndra, Orianna, and others. T1 could even take Akali into it and be completely fine. So GenG must either have a really strong meta read here that no one else has, or Chovy just wanted to play Corki. Either way, we're now looking for GenG to build around similar themes as Corki, which means scaling and long range that can poke around objectives. Something like Ivern in the jungle and Varus ADC would be great here. T1 first rotate Lucian and Milo, which again I take as them having a strong meta read. As LEC is the only pro league that has had games before today, these picks are already pretty different. Anyways, Lucian and Milo is a super strong lane duo that has immense pressure early, which will allow their jungler to play hard toward bot lane and stack early dragons. Lucian also scales a lot better than people give him credit for, especially with a strong enchanter, and the Milo also helps with Lucian's short range, so not a bad first rotation from T1. GenG answer bot lane with Aphelios and Lulu, which is understandable. They're simply aiming to outscale T1 here and play the lane very safe. The problem here though is that GenG have zero lane pressure in mid or bot, and they're going to get counterpicked in top lane as well. Sure, they scale very well with Corki and Aphelios, but it won't matter if they can't play their lanes. With an R3 Neeko for T1, this problem is only furthered. Neeko will have permashove in mid lane and be able to roam around easily with the jungler. Through the first pick phase, T1 is giga stomping GenG with superior lane phase and kinda just better champions all around. T1 R4 Jarvan, which is fine here. It synergizes well with Neeko and thematically matches the rest of the team with short range dive team fights. This pick also takes great advantage of the winning lanes that T1 has, so Jarvan will be able to do anything he wants pre 15 minutes, especially on the bot side of the map. Jarvan also works well with the new items like Sundered Sky, Experimental Hexplate, and others. It's interesting to see though that no Xin Zhao pick is here. It was super high prio in the LEC, so I wonder if LCK just thinks it's not great or what's going on there. Anyways, GenG further dumpsters themselves in draft, rounding out with K'Sante and Rell. The K'Sante is bad because, well, it's blind pick, and GenG haven't banned Fiora or Gwen, so it's going to get smashed at every point in the game. And Rell just doesn't really do anything here. T1 is already short ranged and diving in, so what is Rell really going to do? Counter dive? Aphelios and Corki do well into T1's dynamics and want to play with range. Rell is completely counter theme here with the rest of the GenG draft. And like I said earlier, Ivern would be much better and maybe something like a GP top lane. T1 predictably finished with Gwen on R5, which is great. Easy counter into the K'Sante and scales like a beast as always, especially with the new items. Anyways, this was such a dominant draft win for T1. They are all on theme wanting to dive in and play aggressive, and they have 3 winning lanes, which gives Jarvan complete freedom to take objectives early game. There is really no way for GenG to play the game here, and it's rooted in the fact that they blind picked both solo lanes. Thanks for watching, see you next time.